You're welcome back to News Insights. A lot is happening in Kaduna.
Yes.
I happen to be in Kaduna just this past week.
That's why you got this your new look.
the renewed hope.
They changed you to a general.
The look is for a renewed hope.
May that renewed hope not happen to you.
That's what it push you be patient with us. Our policies are working. Nigeria should learn to be patient.
May Tinubu renewed hope not happen to
You know we have been subsidizing comfort before. Now is the time to pay for your comfort. Pay for your comfort. You know, it's remarkable that Sani, who was just a very strong right-hand man of El-Rufai, and El-Rufai almost single-handedly pushed him politically to become a governor. Okay? Against all odds. A lot of people actually said he didn't, win that election and blah, 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 But El-Rufai stood beside him. And El-Rufai also stood beside Asiwaju during this last election. But we all know what has been happening. Was it thinkable at all that Sani would be, just for a survivor, would now fling against El-Rufai? Or they are playing Nollywood drama just to make Asiwaju think they are quarreling, meanwhile they are not?
Which Nollywood drama? Nobody would tolerate the nonsense of El-Rufai. It's not my man. Anything. I've said it openly. When he was FCT minister, he was my man. But when he crossed over and crossed so many things, he doesn't think or love Nigeria in the way he looks as if he loves Nigeria. Don't forget, everybody told us that if anything happened, there will be body bags. He talks on the extreme when it's not going his way. It doesn't always have to go your way. And in Kaduna, who told you that, for example, if it's a Nollywood acting movie they are doing, look at Sani Uba right now, tilting towards Kaduna South and sharing the development towards that side. El-Rufai, to the glaring of everybody, he never did that. He showed that it belonged to the Kaduna North alone. Do you understand? So it's not a Nollywood thing. Kaduna is one. Don't polarize or divide Kaduna. So don't think that all of them are with him.
So it's not, so Sani Uba's mode of operation right now is not only issue of survivor or trying to just be at peace with the president.
No, he took off and didn't follow the way of his predecessor. And as a wise man that I think he is, he made sure that he followed until he got what he wanted. And when he got it, he told his own line. And he's doing well. The Kaduna people are praising him. Yeah. He's not by El-Rufai.
Philip, do you think Sani and El-Rufai are playing drama just to appease Tinubu so Tinubu doesn't, kind of disturb Sani? Or, truthfully, they have parted ways politically?
You see, I wouldn't say that they are playing drama. And I wouldn't say completely that they have parted ways. But I would want to say strongly that there's a rift between them, because it is very clear in Nigeria that the Godfatherism that give birth to Godfather's son, especially when it comes to producing governor, has not worked well. So I'm not surprised at what is playing out in Kaduna State. We have it in Edo State between Adasosiomole and Obaseki. We're having
River State,
and so many other places.
Benue State.
Yeah, so many other places. Even the right now, the SGF is not having it easy with the governor of Benue State. So, but again, you can't be too sure of this game of El-Rufai and Governor Uba Sani, judging where they have come from and the kind of the religious belief they have in that section of this country. I know they place a lot of respect, to leaders and all of that. That's where you have that. Once the leader say it's final. But yes, it might not be a drama. It might be real. From what he said, if El-Rufai has decided to, take the opposite side against El-Rufai, policy and development, structure, it shows that there's real.
Okay, let me get this out of you, Philip. Uba and Sani, who do you think is on ground in Kaduna?
I must confess, El-Rufai is always on ground in Kaduna.
Yes.
I say that anytime, any day. It's always on ground. Agreed that it's satisfying the Southern Kaduna at the moment. But when the chiefs are down, even the last election, the whole vote was from Kaduna South, and this was clear that the Labour man, the PDP man won the election. But at the end of the day, the tail was turned on the other side. So, as it is today, I can tell you with that mining way that El-Rufai is on ground.
El-Rufai is not on ground. If he's on ground, he's on the background. I can tell you the truth. I'm serious. You see, in politics.
No, not necessarily. We're not talking
I know what they're talking about.
We're not talking about liking how he goes about his things. Or no, we're talking about if there were to be election now, let's just say there's a hypothetical election.
Beat him hands down. Because you see, there's an atmosphere of love, peace. Don't forget, they were always and continually killing.
Because do you know where I'm getting at this?
Yes.
Let's be very, very clear.
Yes.
All these things are moving towards 2027.
Exactly.
Yes. This is politics.
You know if I want to talk based on whether it's APC or this one, let's remove parts.
No. This is not a party thing.
Personality, or let's even remove Sani Uba is not playing the cards of the president. Do you understand? I think he has a mind of his own. If you can look into who he is really, he have a mind of his own. Look at the State House of Assembly. Look at all the contracts and everything they brought out that El-Rufai did, and how they want to prosecute him for some billions of nairas that he misappropriated. That means they are going their way and bringing. The president doesn't have that influence on him to do all that. I think they want a Kaduna where there is peace, harmony, and love, and that's what Sani Uba is doing.
Now, do you think, Philip? Because at the end of the day, there's no permanent enemy in politics. It's all about interest.
Yes.
Because there could still be a kind of solution. Yes. People are saying, no, El-Rufai will never go to Asiwaju again, blah, blah, blah. There could be a kind of solution where El-Rufai will still have to unify with Uba and with Asiwaju. Do you see that happening between now and 2027?
Anything can happen in politics once people's interests are taken care of. But in this circumstance, I doubt it.
Do you by any means understand what El-Rufai's interest is?
I can't say I understand what his interest is. Like he said, El-Rufai claimed he wants a Nigeria that works for everybody, just like we say here. Yeah. But yes, in this past, antecedent, there are areas where he had want Nigeria to work for everybody. There are also areas where he wants Nigeria to be divided. Yes. So I cannot speak what is in the minds of El-Rufai. But for you to say whether there's room for them to reconcile, I think it's a thin line, because they've gone very far in this rift. Yes, El-Rufai can reconcile with Sani Uba before 2027, but with Tinubu, I doubt if they can really, reconcile. Because why am I saying so? El-Rufai, whether you like it or not, he started this fight when he went to Lagos and said, "I will teach you how not to allow a Godfather to produce a governor." And then later came back to work with Tinubu to make him president, to help him to become president. And now this is happening. I don't think there's room for that reconciliation.
Let's get a little background on El-Rufai. What was his takes as an FCT minister that actually endeared him to your heart as at that time?
Development. What endeared him to my heart?
You think Kaduna wasn't developed during his
time? It was sectionalized. It was sectionalized from Kaduna North to Zaria. It was sectionalized. We didn't see it on the other side. And to an extent also, he went a little bit extrajudicial in delivering his executive power when he went to demolish a hotel that he said they were going to have a wild party.
But he also demolished, did a lot of demolition in Abuja.
The one he did was not on religious or moral basis. Okay. He did it based on structural. Do you understand? Where Abuja master plan was being brought out. So he brought a lot of people and service delivery. Because then you will see, they will write the number of who you can meet. He departmentalized Abuja to a large extent. That's why you have development control, AGs and all that.
And automated them.
You see, you give it to him. I can't take that away from him. But you see, there's something that Philip said just now. He said there are things he has done. Apart from working in Abuja, for example, as the FCT minister, what other things did he do that to bring Nigeria together? What they wanted to do, or what they did in 2014 and 15, was to grab power. And they grabbed power, and it started talking under Buhari. When they grabbed power, they sat down on the power, and he didn't know that they were going to be schooled out. And let me tell you something I think sidelined him. When Asiwaju first started campaign, he had some health issues. He came out on TV and criticized him. Of course, you know, Asiwaju as a mathematician in politics, tried because they know they needed him, tried and brought him in. Went to London, they did their dancing and all that, incorporated him. But when they wanted to bring him as minister, he couldn't pass the test. Don't forget, they don't always forget these things. Do you understand? So because of that, and
okay, let me get it at you.
Yes.
Do you think Asiwaju was right not appointing El-Rufai as a minister?
Yes.
Philip.
Yeah.
Do you think Asiwaju was right not appointing El-Rufai as a minister, following his record as FCT minister and also his records as Kaduna State Governor?
I think to a large extent Asiwaju was right because El-Rufai was leaving Kaduna State as a governor, and the level of insecurity and the marginalization of the Southern Kaduna, the Christian that time, was so much. You remember there were so much on the internet videos of what El-Rufai said they are going to kill the Christian and all of that. They want to, you know, separate and all of that. So if he had appointed him, it would have been a minus in his cabinet. But if you say what I think it's.
But El-Rufai, when it comes to the insecurity, El-Rufai doesn't control the police, he doesn't control the army.
No, but his utterances wasn't good enough for him to be in the cabinet.
And let me also...
And especially when the ticket was Muslim ticket.
Exactly, he's the first person.
I think that's what the people have against the El-Rufai.
Exactly, Kaduna has always operated...
For a population that is, even some people say that Christians are even more. Yeah, so for you to have a representation of Muslims...
That's why I said El-Rufai is on ground. Because the Northerners, especially the Muslims, are fanatics. That even though the PDP man won the election, they see upon it. The Christians in Kaduna, they are more than the Muslims.
So do you think why El-Rufai also queued behind Asiwaju, even though he was against Asiwaju initially, but why he eventually queued again with him was because Asiwaju flew Muslim tickets?
No, he didn't have an alternative at that particular time.
No alternative, okay.
He didn't have an alternative.
I think this discussion will get to keep it there. Sorry. When we get back, we'll be continuing with this El-Rufai discussion, but maybe directly towards 2027. Well, nobody knows if himself has ambition. You know, everybody just touting, he might be supporting someone else. I saw somewhere in the news that El-Rufai was recommending P2B, El-Rufai was recommending blah, 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 but he was always collaborating with P2B before. But let's keep the tap on, and hopefully we'll see where he's headed. We'll be right back. This is T News Insights.